Hey guys, welcome back. We have a yoga for beginners class for you. It's going to be simple, it's going to feel good, and you're going to feel amazing afterwards. Let's go. Okay, my friends, so let's bring our hands alongside the body. And we're going to take the right arm, reach it up towards the sky. Good, we're going to get really long with this right side. Look at your feet, make sure they're planted evenly and they're hip width distance apart. Bring your left hand to your hip, and we're just gonna hinge the body slightly to the left by pushing the hips to the right. We're squeezing the buttocks and we're lengthening this right arm as long as we can up and over towards the left side. Good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale everything out. Good. Bring the hips back to center and lower the right hand to the right hip. Good. Take your left arm up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, hinge to the right. Left side of body is stretching, getting longer. We're squeezing the buttocks. We're breathing. Good. Notice how you feel. Bring your hips back to center. Lower the hand down to the hip. Okay, so we have both hands on the hips. Now push your hips forward. You're going to plant those feet. Push the hips forward. Squeeze the buttocks and lift your heart, your chest, up towards the sky. So we do a little back bend here. And then bring the hips back to neutral, right? Your comfortable center. Float the arms up towards the sky. This is an added thing that you can do for this back bend, or you can keep the hands on the hips if that feels better. Both arms up towards the sky. We get a long spine, trying to touch the ceiling with the very top of the head. Breathe in. Exhale, same motion again. Hips press forward, squeeze buttocks, lift the heart up towards the sky. So your chest is trying to touch the ceiling. You're looking up to where the ceiling and the wall meet in front of you. We don't want to hurt the neck. Bring the hips back to center. Open the arms out to a T position and lower down alongside the body. Good, beautiful. Take your shoulders, pull them up and back, and we're just going to keep rolling the shoulders. Good. How do your shoulders feel today? How much tension have you been living with lately? Lots and lots and lots, I'm sure. And then we're going to circle the opposite way. We're allowing and asking the tension to leave us. Please leave. Thank you very much for coming. Don't come again. You can go now. Take your shoulders up and back. Open your chest. Right? We want to fix our posture a little bit. Open up the chest. Take a deep breath in. Bring the hands to those hips again. And we're going to have a little tiny bend in the knees as we bow the body forward with a flat back. Feel your pelvis. The hands can be on the hips here to help feel the tilting of your pelvis forward as you bring your body into a forward bend, right? Hands come down to your shin bones. Inhale deeply, get long through your spine. Keep the back nice and flat. Pull the belly longer away from your thighs. And then see if you can bow a little bit deeper here. If you're low enough, so if your torso makes a healthy connection with your thighs, meaning your back is not rounding, you can drop your head down. Take a deep breath in. Good. Bend your knees. Nice, strong legs here are going to help lift us up. So we take those arms out to a T position. We sit the hips slightly back, and then we push our way up to standing. Good. Lower the arms. Ah, excellent. Good. So let's come down to our hands and knees. Knees are always good to have something to protect them. So I have a towel here, and I'm just going to fold it up for my knees. I'm going to put that on the floor very comfortably and bring my hands under my shoulders and my knees underneath my hips. Okay. So this is called table posture in yoga. And I like to instruct to keep the toes curled under in table posture, or whenever you're on your knees like this. Because we want the shin bone to stay healthy. If you relax your feet, the tops of the feet down, you're putting stress on this shin bone, and you don't want it to fall below your knee. You don't want it to pop out from underneath your knee, okay? If that makes sense. So curling the toes is going to help the shin bone stay in a healthy place. Cat cows, we're just going to drop the belly here. This is called a cow posture, or in some traditions it's also called a dog. So we arch the spine, we drop the belly down, and let your neck move with your spine. So you're not going to look all the way up like this, but you're going to let it move as your spine moves. So we inhale here, and then we exhale and we round the back, and we can tuck the chin here. And then again, drop the belly down, arch the spine, come into your cow posture. Head moves naturally with the spine. Exhale again, rounding. This should feel really good. Let's do again, one more. Arch the spine. Drop that belly down. And exhale, rounding. You can actively push the floor here with your hands. Good, come to a flat back. Let's sway the hips from side to side. So you're essentially wagging your tail. Just a little sway of those hips, side to side. Breathe. Breath is one of the most important things in yoga, in life. Just a little sway, side to side. Hold it still. Let's walk those hands back. And we're going to come onto our knees. Let your hands shake out. We can get the blood flowing back into those areas that were just constricted a little bit. We're going to shake them out. Good. So same as what we did when we were on our feet. We're going to bring the hands to the hips here. And we're going to push the hips forward. We're going to squeeze the buttocks. We're going to lift the chest up towards the sky, and we're going to look to where the ceiling and the wall meet. We don't want to overdo back bends, so feel and listen to your body. If it feels painful, don't go that far into it. Okay, you don't want to feel pain at all. So squeeze the buttocks, push the hips forward enough so you feel a strengthening the back, but encourage your chest to lift up towards the sky, to where the ceiling and the wall meet in front of you. Imaginary string, golden thread is pulling you up through the chest there, towards that place on the wall. Breathing in, squeezing the buttocks. Good. Bring your hips back to center. Good. So now you have the option of lifting your arms just like we did when we were standing. So you can take the arms up towards the sky here. And remember, you can always keep your hands on your hips. Shoulders are gonna drop. So I like to do it like that. We inhale, we lift them up. And exhale, they drop right down. Good. The toes are curled under. Squeeze the buttocks and push the hips forward again and lift your chest up towards the sky. Good. The neck is long, it's not hurting. And then come back to center. So if the neck hurts at all, don't go as far into it. Okay, we want to take care of everything in the body that we can. Let's do one more. Inhale deeply, get tall out of the pelvis. The torso is lifting up, the whole body is lifting up. And we exhale, push the hips forward, squeeze the buttocks, and press your chest to where the ceiling and the wall meet in front of you. Good. Bring the hips back to center. Excellent. Good. Lower your arms down alongside. Great. Shake out your shoulders. Good. So we're going to turn the body to the right and bring the right hand down to this heel. If that's too far for you, you're going to use your block, a tall block alongside, okay? You can also use a cushion resting on the backs of your legs here as a lift. Okay, so it would be an extension of your heel, basically. Otherwise, take your right hand to your heel and allow your pelvis to push forward. We're going to imagine that we have a wall here in front of us, and we're pushing the pelvis into that wall. And once we do that, feel your lower abdominals squeezing in gently to help support the back as well. And then feel your chest lifting up again to where that ceiling and the wall meet in front of you. Then if it feels okay, the right arm can reach up towards the sky. Take a deep breath. We're expanding the rib cage really wide. And everything, the body is moving together. So this arm, this left lifted arm, is moving with the body. My back is arching, so this arm is moving with that. And then I'm going to inhale deeply, bring that left arm forward, let it lift me forward with my right hand releasing from the heel, and lower the arms alongside. Good. Hands can come to the hips here, and we're just going to circle the hips around as we're kneeling. Make sure your knees are happy. Happy, happy, happy. A lot of inhaling, a lot of exhaling. Just feel and breathe. Let's circle the opposite way with those hips. Good. Taking it slow. Feeling good. Let's hold still. Take a deep breath in. Shoulders come up and back. Push those hips forward slightly. Actually, erase that. Hips to center. Let's turn to the left and bring the left hand to that heel, okay? Or to your tall block alongside the ankle, on the outside of the ankle, or a cushion across the lower leg. Hand to the heel. Now bring your hand to the right hand to the pelvis and encourage the pelvis to push forward into an imaginary wall in front of you. The lower abdominals hug slightly in, and the right arm reaches up and then back with the chest lifting up to where the wall and the ceiling meet in front of you. Keep breathing. Revisiting all those places that we just set up in the body. So lower belly hugging in, hips pressing forward, buttocks squeezing, breathing deeply. Neck is long. Right arm can reach back slightly if it feels okay. Body weight is not heavy on that left arm. It's light. Reach that right arm forward. Let it pull you up off of your left heel. Now both arms reach up towards the sky. Turn to face forward. Breathe in. Now bow forward. Let the hands come to the floor. So we're gonna do a counter stretch for our back bends. We've done a lot of back bends today. We're gonna take the knees open wide, and the big toes on each foot are touching one another. Okay, so I have my right big toe touching my left big toe. They're meeting and forming a letter V for my lower legs. And then I'm gonna sit back with my hips onto my heels. Now, if the front of my legs are super, super tight and it's hard for me to sit back like this, I'm gonna take my blanket and I'm gonna bring it on top of my heel area, and I'm gonna sit back onto that, okay? If that's not enough, you're gonna get more of a cushion and give yourself a little bit more. And then walk your hands forward as far as you can go. We're crawling, we're crawling, we're crawling with those hands, longer, longer, longer. We're gonna rest the head to the floor. So we have a heavy head. And we're gonna breathe into the back of the body. And as you come into this beautiful child's pose, this is called child's pose, you can lengthen a little bit longer with those arms. So the back bending that we did on our knees is called camel. We did half camel on each side with one arm up, one arm down. And this is called child's pose. And when we were standing doing our side bending, we were doing half moon. Lots of breathing. Finding that little place of rest and calm to let things go today. Good. Walk the hands in for support and lift yourself slowly up. Good. Bring your knees together. We're going to lift off of the heels and we're going to sit down to one side. So your blanket can just go to one side for now. And we're going to lengthen the legs straight out in front of the body. Now, I said your blanket can go to one side. I lied to you, and I didn't mean to. So you can take your blanket, I'm using a towel, and you can fold it up into a however thick of a fold you want to lift your hips onto, okay? This is always a good thing to do anyway, but especially if you have tight hamstrings and or a tight lower back region, which most of us do. So we want to teach the pelvis when we're sitting on these awesome lifts is to tilt forward a little bit, okay? So I'm on the front edge of this blanket. I'm not in the middle, I'm not towards the back. I'm really hanging off the front edge of it, so that's what we want. And with the legs extended, the ankles and the toe tips are pointing straight up. So you can feel each leg rotating, right? So that everything is pointing up. The kneecaps are pointing up, the toe tips are pointing up, the ankles are pointing up. So my right leg keeps wanting to like open out a little bit. So I can just keep being mindful of that and keeping an eye on it, rotating the legs in. And I'm grounded. There's sits bones at the bottom of the pelvis, okay? So you have this bone, right? The hips are the pelvis. And at the bottom of the pelvis are those bones that we're actually supposed to sit on, and they're called sits bones, S-I-T-Z. And so that's what we want to feel grounding down into what you're sitting on, okay? You don't need to move the flesh away to do that. Let everything sit naturally. Let the ground hold you. And then we're just going to sit exactly like this. This is called staff pose. We're going to take the shoulders and pull them up and back. We're going to lengthen up through the top of the head. This is a nice posture to practice against the wall. Just sitting nice and tall with your head pushing slightly back. You can pretend there's a wall there. Shoulders up and back. Again, pretending there's a wall there. So you can stay here, keep revisiting those alignment cues. Rotation of legs, toes, ankles, knees, straight up. You can also try lifting one arm up alongside the ear and or the other. Allow your palms to face in towards each other. Breathe in as the shoulders come up and exhale as they drop down. Crown of head is trying to touch the ceiling. So how does that feel? Revisit those alignment cues. My little cute little legs are trying to go back to how they're comfortable, right? My habitual patterns. We have habits that we like to revisit in the body. And breathing in and out. This is a nice place to hang out. You can also keep those arms down alongside. And then just follow the breath in and out. Feel the internal organs, the heart beating, the breath deepening, the lungs expanding. Letting everything go today. All the stuff that doesn't matter. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, enjoying this practice with you, and thank you for returning if you have been. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't been, and there's a little notification bell. If you click on that, you'll be notified when we post videos. Aren't you lucky? Have a great day, and we'll see you again real soon. Namaste.